Hello, and thank you for joining us in this mini-series looking at playing drums in worship. Regardless of how long you have or haven't been playing the drums and whether or not you've played in a church context before, I hope that these short videos will be helpful to you. We love hearing stories of people developing in their God-given gifts, so do get in touch with us and let us know how you get on. My name's John, and I'm going to be walking us through some tips and tricks for playing drums in a worship context. But before we dive into actually playing the drums, let's briefly think about why, what we should aim for, and what values we should keep in mind as we approach playing in a worship context. Worship music is different to many other styles of music because it's primarily not about us, the performers, or the music that we're playing. First and foremost, it's about leading people to God. And so as we come to worship, it's important to always keep in our minds the question, how can I lead people to God through what I'm playing? Is there anything I'm doing that is distracting people from God? Or what could I do to praise and glorify God in my playing? We want to play skillfully and glorify God through using our gifts, and we do this by playing to serve the song and serve the church. Think about what the song needs, what suits the style, and what suits the environment that we're playing in. So as drummers in worship bands, what is our role? Well, there are two primary aspects to our roles: time or rhythm, and dynamics. As drummers, we do what most other instruments struggle to. We can transform a song by bringing energy and a good musical feel to the music. Think about drums in any context. Whenever people hear a beat, they can't help but to react, whether it be by clapping along, tapping their feet, nodding their heads, or bursting out their dance moves. Rhythm in music is like the heartbeat of life, and it's the same in worship music too. Our playing gives life to the songs that we play. Not only that, but we also set the foundation that the rest of the band is built on. The band will often pay attention to us as drummers for the tempo and groove of the song. They will try and lock in with us in their emphasis on particular notes, and they'll look to give us that sure, steady, consistent foundation to the songs that we play. Oftentimes when a sound engineer is mixing, they'll start by turning up the drums and then the bass up to the volume where they want them, and then they'll add everything else on top of that. But the drums, especially the kick and the snare, will be some of the loudest things in a worship mix. So you have a really important role from a sound perspective as well as from an energy perspective. Now, there are some other things that we need to consider as we approach playing drums in worship. Firstly, as drummers, we love being loud and making lots of noise. We also like to play really fast and do flashy fills because we can. However, remember what we said at the start. Worship music is not about us. If you listen to the pro worship drummers, they'll often be playing really simple parts and beats. Why is this? Well, it's not because that's the limit of what they can do. No, many of them are excellent drummers who could, if they wanted to, shred like crazy. But instead, they exercise restraint and play a part that suits the vibe of the song. This applies to most genres of music and most instruments. If a guitar player just played a solo for the whole of every song, it wouldn't be good music. There would be no dynamics, no feel. It would just be boring to listen to. So instead, they play simpler parts for most of the song and then step up when the song calls for it. And it's the same for us as drummers. If we were to play like crazy all the way through every song, it would sound awful. The lesson here is to serve the song. The best drummers in the world, in worship music and elsewhere, know when to play simply, when to play complicated parts, and when to play nothing at all. We'll cover this in another video, but as you come to play drums to a song, consider the question, what does this song need? What would serve the purpose and vision of this song? The second thing that we need to consider, as I said at the start, is that we're here to bring people to Jesus. That's our primary goal. So in everything you do, think about how you can make each person's journey to Jesus as easy as you can. That's it for this video, but coming up in the rest of this video series are videos on drum terminology, playing with a click, knowing what to play and when, what to play when the song finishes, locking in with the bass player, and a final video where we'll play through a song and use everything we've learnt. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.